The following text is taken from a comment article from the national newspaper, from the 17th of September, 2025, written by Craig Murray and entitled, "Don't Dismiss Those Taking Scotland's Case to the UN as Cranks."
If you believe that London will respect the will of the Scottish people and concede an agreed path to independence, then I can understand why you would portray as cranks or daft those of us who are taking Scotland's case to the United Nations. However, if you understand that London will never willingly relinquish Scotland's vast resources and great assets, which are ruthlessly exploited to further the interests of a right-wing British establishment, then your view will be entirely different. On this view, eventually Scotland will need to seize its own independence at home. Being an independent state exists purely in relation to other independent states, and the only test that counts is recognition by the United Nations. This may need to happen in the teeth of London hostility. Exactly how the future will unfold I do not know. But I do know that working now to get the independence of Scotland as a live issue, into the minds of UN diplomats and the representatives of 193 nations at the Union, is an absolutely essential starting point. The wedge for this is to lobby for Scotland to be recognised as a non-self-governing territory, requiring decolonisation. It meets all the criteria. Scotland has a clear geographical border, a distinct culture and heritage, and has no say in defence, foreign affairs, or macroeconomic decision-making. Every one of the territories on the UN's decolonisation list has its own assembly and parliament just like Scotland, where their own colonial client politicians pocket their salaries and do a little administration for the colonial masters, exactly like Holyrood. It is absolutely standard for the client, official, national party in a colony to lose interest in pursuing independence, once the leadership get their expensively shod feet under the colonial table. These dynamics are extremely well understood by the UN bodies that deal with decolonisation. This is why the UN system interacts with liberation movements, not just the official representatives within the colonial system. You would be very wrong if you believe the UN will only listen to the SNP and not to Liberation Scotland.